All right, hey, how's it, everybody? It is right around 5 p.m. West Coast time. I'm going to call it 2 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on the East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I'm Mad Statter today, and this is Chatter with Statter. And I noticed this whole time my microphone is on, so if you heard things and stuff, that was me. All right, we have got a lot of folks in the house today. Midnight Frequency Radio, unfortunately, is under a chemical warfare attack from Ace. I'm going to assume Ace is a dog. And yeah, those can be the worst kind of chemical warfare attacks. Midnight Frequency Radio, take a shower if you need to. Wash those eyes out. Whatever you need to do to get back to your sense of self. I understand you might have to leave us for a moment to cleanse your soul. All right, it looks like we also have Michael Anthony Smith in the house, killing some time while he's in the hospital rehab. So he needs some friends to say aloha to him. Aloha, Michael Anthony Smith. All right, we've got Pinnell in the house, wishing Ashes, Dusty, and Leo aloha. And let's see here, who else do we have in the Who else do we have here? It looks like we've got Derby Startup on the YouTube side. I'm always glad to see someone on the YouTube side because it's good to know that both sides are actually working. And we've also got, let's see here, why don't I scroll to the beginning? It looks like Terry in Scotland came in with a party of 5. Thank you so much, Terry. The Raiders, and of course, Midnight Frequency Radio. Wait, maybe he wasn't a Raider, I'm not sure, but Pinnell sure was a Raider. And Terry, thank you so much for subscribing for 57 months straight. That is awesome, dude. And tier 2 even. Fantastic. Let's see here. We've got Terry in Scotland, we've got Pinnell, we've got Midnight Frequency Radio, we've got Michael Anthony Smith, we've got Derby Startup. We have Ace. Hey Ace, I know you're there. I can smell you from here. I know you're there, Ace. And Terry, thank you so much for that 1,000 biddies. Let's see here. Oh no. Michael Anthony Smith has to go. The feed is frozen. They hate him here. No happiness allowed. Well, maybe unplug and plug back in, or your freeze is frozen. You can't hear what I'm saying, but hopefully, hopefully the freeze will unfroze. Hopefully the froze will unfreeze. Hopefully you can fix it. We'll be here. All right, good. There we go. All right, let's see here. Since we've got people here, why don't we start the party, and I'll see if I can get my words to word, because they're not wording very well right now. All right, let's do it. I was muted. Let's try again, shall we? All right, there we go. Hey, all right, so I've got a few things that I wanted to talk about today. They're all booked up or not, they're all set up. But if you've got a topic that you want to chitter chatter about to see where the topic scatters, bring it to the table. That's almost word for word what I said. But then I said, I'm going to tell you this first though. Last night, I went to a movie. I went to a movie for the first time since before COVID. Y'all, movie theaters in my area have completely changed. And not in a way that's really surprising. Actually, not at all. But, I was not prepared. I mean, I guess I was prepared to spend a lot of money to go to the movies. And had I thought about it and done the math, I wouldn't have been shocked. But after I left the movie theater last night, I did the math. And it occurred to me that for one person, that would be me, between the tickets and the refreshments, costs $46 to go to the movie theater. One person, $46. Now, let me just tell you right now, I didn't order the entire menu. I didn't go to the movie theater and say, I want the pizza, I want the hot dog, I want the ice cream, I want the popcorn, I want the soda pop, I didn't do that. I got one soda pop. I got regular sized popcorn. I got one thing of candy. Any idea how much regular popcorn, large drink, one thing of candy might cost? And oh good God, Midnight Frequency Radio, no more tuna with eggs for Ace? Well, what were you thinking feeding him that, y'all? I mean, I'm not trying to victim blame Midnight Frequency Radio, but good Lord, y'all should have known better. And I'll tell you right now, I did not get tuna with eggs at the movie theater. I got regular popcorn, large drink, one thing of candy, $27 and change to get those three things. $18 and change to just get in the door. It was a cute movie. It was a great movie. I have no problem. But you guys, how do people afford going to the movies today? I don't know. That's 40. Going to the movies used to be like sort of as long as we don't buy anything, it's kind of cheap. Dude, $18 to get through the door, not that cheap. I couldn't believe that when I did it all, $46 when all was said and done. Now, I will tell you, popcorn ain't, the candy I think was like $6.50, and then the popcorn was, I guess the popcorn was, I don't really know, I didn't really pay too much attention to the prices at the kiosk. So, by the way, even getting these things was bizarre. So I walk up, I come through with the ticket, which the ticket's on my phone because I bought the ticket beforehand, and I scan, they get my little scanny ticket scanned, and that's not unusual. I've done tickets on a phone before. And I walk in, and I'm like, okay, now I'm going to get some popcorn, a soda, and drink. I'm going to get popcorn, I'm going to get some kind of soda, because I normally don't drink soda, but I was like, this is a special occasion, I'm going to get soda. And then, I wanted some Milk Duds for my popcorn, because I like to put Milk Duds in the popcorn. First off, they didn't have any Milk Duds. Actually, no, that's not true. First off, I walk up to the counter to, order, and there's nobody behind the counter. And there's, no candy display. There's only, the menu of what they've got. And I'm standing there really confused because I don't really know, clearly there's a counter and people are getting popcorn, but I don't understand. And so then I notice, you have to order at the kiosk, this kiosk. So you automatically can't pay any cash. You have to have a card to buy your stuff at there. You can't, they don't take cash to buy the cotton or the popcorn anymore. So I go to the kiosk, I punch in what I want, and then I go further down the counter where they call my number, and they give me my popcorn, and they give me my cup so I can fill my cup with what I want. And then I said, well, wait, I got candy too. And they said to me, yeah, it's right over there. Go grab it yourself. And they pointed to a candy station in the middle of the lobby with all of the candy and all of the ice cream accoutrements. There's 2 ice cream freezers, one with ice cream bars and stuff, and then the other freezer was with Dippin' Dots. And there's this big candy thing where all of the candy and stuff was for you as the customer to just walk up and take it. You, as the customer, with your soda pop and your popcorn, you walk up to all of the candy in the theater, and you take yours that you paid for. Only what you paid for, you take. Is there anybody there checking receipts? Is there anybody there supervising you? No. So, it's an honor system, y'all. Did you order candy? Then you better take it. If you didn't, I guess you can still take it. Did you order one candy? Well, why don't you... Oh, you can't decide? Why don't you just take both? Which is exactly what happened to me because I wanted Milk Duds. They didn't have Milk Duds. So instead I ordered caramel mints instead of junior mints. It's caramel mints. But then when I got to the candy station, I was like, I think I want peanut butter M&Ms as well. So, because when I'm paying $8 for a thing of candy, I'm going to get $8 worth of candy. And so, yeah, that's right, AMC. I stole it from you. This was not some random, obscure, tiny little theater. This is an AMC theater. It's mainstream. It's in the mall. So, they can afford me taking an extra thing of candy. But what I don't understand is, doesn't everybody take extra candy? I mean, like, they do realize that people steal from them, right? Or am I the only miscreant in the world who's just like, nah, free candy? I realize my mom is rolling over in her non-existent grave right now because she taught me stealing is wrong and bad. And that's cool, I get it. But paying $8 for one thing of $2 candy is also wrong and bad. I'm not telling you to go steal stuff. That's not what I'm trying to tell you. But what I am wondering and asking is, how do they not get stolen from? What is their candy loss? Is this done on purpose so they can have a write-off? I just don't, like, am I the only one who thinks this is absolutely insane? That they have all of their overpriced stuff that you don't even ask for from a human. You just go to a machine and press it, and then it's the honor system of retrieval. Is this... Do the people who own AMC live in a different world than I live in? Because the world that I live in isn't sunshine, rainbows, lollipops. Nobody ever needs to lock their door because people won't steal from you. I don't live in that world. Do they? I mean, I don't get it. Midnight Frequency, that's why it's so darn high. Well, is it though? I mean, like, it was already overpriced when it was behind the counter. You know, I just don't... I know, Puzzycat, exactly. Go to the dollar store and get some Milk Duds for $1.25. Exactly. Although I have to say, even though I was super pissed off about them not having Milk Duds, and I had to lower myself to get the junior caramels, I'm gonna not lie. The junior caramels are a superior caramel candy. The caramel's a lot softer, so it's easier to eat. But yeah, I was just... That whole experience of going to the theater was just very strange for me. I guess what it boils down to is everyone just needs to get off my lawn. There we go. There we go. But you guys, speaking of dollar store, Puzzycat coming in with the suggestion, go to the dollar store, get some Milk Duds, $1.25. Exactly. Check this out, you guys. I found this creator on, and this is a total side tangent I didn't expect to go off on. I found this creator on YouTube. He's a legitimate, like, licensed pharmacist in 4 states. And he does random stuff about random drugs on his YouTube channel. But one of the things that he does on his YouTube channel is he takes drugs that he buys from dollar store and he sends them to a lab to get tested to see if the drugs that you're getting for so much cheaper than at the Pay and Save, the Rite Aid, the CVS, the, you know, whatever, at the legitimate drugstore. Like, he and many people wonder, are these really the drugs that the label says they are? Is this really what you're getting? How can this be legit? Is this legit? Dude, everything that he has tested so far is totally legit. Like, it is, like, when they say it's an ibuprofen, it's ibuprofen of the milligrams they say it. Like, dollar store meds apparently are not sketchy at all. Even though you're paying like $1.25 for them, it's the same thing as that $8 bottle of Advil that you can get at the grocery store. So keep that little tidbit up your sleeve when you need some sort of allergy medicines, but you don't have $47 to buy your Zyrtec or whatever. If the dollar store has has it on their shelves, it's probably just as good as the rest of it. And the pharmacist also pointed out he's not surprised by these results because it would be so illegal if Dollar Store wasn't selling what they said they were selling on the right Puzzy Cat. Exactly, it's against, but it is. But you can see why people are like, "Are you sure that's a full dose? Are you sure that's really legit?" Blah blah blah, and the package will tell you if it's expired or not. And none of the ones that he was testing were expired. So legit though, for real, Dollarama vitamins have less in the bottles. Okay, well that could be, but he's never tested the vitamins that I've seen on his thing. But still though, you guys, this is 80 ibuprofen generic, and it was like $12. So even if it's only like 10, yeah, even if it's only 10 pills for $1.25, that's still cheaper than what I ended up paying. So I was kind of impressed to know that. And let's see here. Right, exactly, Puzzy Cat. My wife is at the store working right now, and she's checking all the expiration dates on everything that they sell. Right, yeah. Well, Puzzy Cat, I don't know where your wife works, but that's awesome to hear that that's the case. I have actually gotten stuff off of shelves at stores that are expired, so I'm not so sure that that's standard practice. So wherever it is, okay, so Dollar General, there we go. Dollar Store, Dollar General actually does check their expiration dates. So the expiration dates are good. The drugs are good. Maybe do, a pill by pill little math or analysis and figure it out. But Dollar General and all those other dollar stores might end up being a good place to get your cold meds, your painkiller, your over-the-counter painkillers, etc., etc. I had never I don't shop at dollar stores very often, and honestly, I would never have occurred to me to let's go to the dollar store to go buy my drugs. I never would have thought that until I saw this little YouTube creator. I would totally tell you who he is, but it's secret to me and to you. I can't remember who the creator is, so I'd tell you, but neither you nor I are, we don't have a high enough security clearance, apparently, to remember that kind of thing. And, wow, Puzzy Cat. So Puzzy Cat's saying 90 days or less, and it's out of there. So even if it's not expired, makes sense, though, because, you don't want to have to go through the entire store and pull things for the expiration dates. And you can't sell 90 pills if it expires in 60 days. Right, okay, right. Yeah, good point. You can't, right. Well, you could, because you never know. People might be taking handfuls at a time. But yeah, you're right. That would be silly. Yeah, that totally makes sense. So, learn something new every day. Dollar General definitely takes their merchandise timing and dates seriously. Now, obviously, not everybody has a Dollar General. I think it sounds like Pinnell has Dollarama. Dollar General might not be in the Canadian market. And Terry in Scotland, here is a question for you. I'm not trying to put you on the spot bar, but you're really the only one, I think, in the stream who can answer it. Are there any dollar store equivalents in the UK that you know of? I don't know if they would be like the £2 store, the £1 store, the whatever. You have you have the $1.50 tree, right? The Dollar Tree, but yeah, it's not really the Dollar Tree anymore, right? Yeah, and yeah, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, they're all versions of dollar stores. So Pinnell has the Dollarama, and she might have other ones too, but I am curious if Terry knows of any in the UK. Wow, sorry about that. That was a total brain gap for just a second. and Puzzy's saying that they do the same thing at the grocery store. Well, they're supposed to, Puzzy Cat, but when it comes to things like the medicines, I'm not so sure every grocery store is as vigilant. Obviously, when it comes to food products, especially like dairy and meat, you definitely have to be vigilant on that. And who am I and what day is this? Exactly, pretty much, that's exactly it. Shock, question for you. What kind of dollar stores are in your neighborhood? We're talking about dollar stores right now. Dollar General, what was it? The Dollar Tree, which is really the $1.50 tree. Exactly. And in Terry and Scotland, yes, we have Pound Stretcher and Poundland. All right, there we go. All right, so it's rough everywhere. Everywhere's got the dollar store. And it sounds like actually some towns, like the dollar store is really the only store in town. Yeah, I think the Dollar General and then the Dollar Tree are I think the Dollar Tree is the green one. So, all right, there you go. Yeah. They're like ABC stores in Hawaii. They're everywhere. Yeah, they're not it depends on the town. I can only think of $2 stores in the entire West Seattle, White Center, Burien, tri-neighborhood area. White Center has one. I don't think West Seattle has a dollar store at all. And we have one of them in Burien. I don't remember if it's the Dollar Tree or Dollar General. I want to say it's Dollar General, but I'm envisioning a green sign. It's right next to the grocery outlet. I know that. One thing I will say, though, when it comes to gift cards and gift wrapping, you cannot go wrong. The dollar store is where you want to go. Because gift cards and gift wrapping, dude, those things are so expensive, and they're basically, you're buying future trash. Is all that is. And Shock, when we had to get our luggage returned from Arkansas, the FedEx picked it up at a Dollar General because there wasn't an office near enough to the lady who got our bag by mistake. Right, exactly. Yeah, the Dollar Tree. I used to watch this content creator who was from, I want to say, Alabama. And in his town, there was only 2 stores, and it was Dollar General and Dollar Tree. So, and so I can assume in smaller rural areas, the Dollar General might also be like the post office kind of thing. It's like that's the thing. And another perfect example, Puzzy's coming in. I got Kylo a new squeaky toy today at Dollar Tree. He went psycho when he got it. Exactly. A dog toy. You're buying future trash for the most part. You know your dog is going to tear that thing apart. Why do you want to go to Petco and spend $25 on a toy that you might be lucky if it lasts the whole night, And so, yeah, you want it. Dollar Tree is exactly $1.50 toy. Precisely. That's what you want to pay for a dog toy, right? Isn't it? As long as it's not poisonous, it won't hurt your dog. I guess that's the that's the issue there. So, does anybody have any? We get a Daiso store not far from us. We have a Daiso store in West Seattle, but the Daiso, I wouldn't call the Daiso store a dollar store equivalent. They've got a lot of interesting stuff, much like a dollar. Their inventory is much like a dollar store in the sense that it is random and all of everything, but it's kind of more expensive. Daiso, Shock, for those of you who don't know what Daiso is, it's a Japanese, I don't know if it's from Japan, but it's definitely a Japanese-oriented store, and it sells a lot of stuff from Japan, and when I say stuff, I mean like greeting cards, wrapping paper, dish dryers, stationery, curtains for your bathroom, bath mats, a storage container that it's got the most random stuff. It's got the most random stuff, but it also, and this is why I like Daiso, it has, and it's also got a lot of cheap micro tools for electronic tools from them. Right, exactly. It's got just this weird stuff, and they also, and I'm assuming in your area, Midnight Frequency Radio, they have this, but in the one in West Seattle, they have a whole section that's nothing but Japanese snacks, food, candies, crackers, Top Ramen cup noodles, not Top Ramen, the cup noodle, all of this stuff, like from Japan. They've just got this huge section of Japanese junk food. And what I like about them is they get the cup noodle, they get the Japanese cup noodle, not the American cup noodle. And the Japanese cup noodle is so much better than the American cup noodle. First off, their seafood one, their seafood medley or whatever, it actually has octopus in it, and oh my god, it is so good. I try not to eat octopus, I promise you I do, but oh, it is so tasty in that Top Ramen or in the cup noodle. But even if you don't get the seafood one, the chicken cup noodle, we have the chicken cup noodle here in the United States. It's nothing like the chicken cup noodle that we have in the United States. It is so much better. And exactly, Shock, tasty, intelligent cephalopod. Yeah, and that's why I don't eat octopus normally, knowingly. But when I ate it, I found a piece and I was like, oh, well, I'm still gonna eat it because, you know, I already bought it anyway. But yeah, no, I don't eat octopus if I can help it. Only for hypocritical, not evenly held morals. Because honestly, it's like I shouldn't be eating pigs either. Because I don't eat the octopus because they're so smart. And by that metric, I shouldn't be eating pigs either. But bacon's tasty, and and right, exactly, Shock. I think it's more respectful to eat the accidental octopus than to pitch it. Precisely, and I didn't buy the cup noodle for the octopus, and I would like to think that cup noodle isn't necessarily harvesting that many octopus. And yes, Puzzycat, that is correct. Shock does not even like shrimp, which confuses me. But we're not going to get into that. We're definitely not going to get it. We're not going to shame people for not liking shrimp, because the reality is, when people don't like shrimp, that means there's more shrimp for me. So I'm perfectly fine with her not liking shrimp, because that means more for me. I love me some shrimp. Oh, and Shock, she can actually in dumplings, but only begrudgingly. Gotcha. And yes, I will give you my avocado. Precisely. See, Shock and I, we can sit next to each other, no problem. You can have all of my avocados. I mean, maybe I'll have a little piece, like this big of my pinky, because it's not that bad, but it's not that good either. But I'll have all of the shrimpies. See, perfect. We've got it figured out. And yeah, and some people are allergic. That is true. And gosh, you know, it must suck though to be allergic to like seafood and like it. That just would be awful. Because seafood is tasty in my opinion. Much like bacon. Yeah, bacon's so tasty. And, okay, so let's see here. Oh, I know, we're talking about food a little bit. Now, Rick and Darlene are not here. They won't be here for a few days. Like they won't be here till next Wednesday, actually. They're busy doing things and stuff, and that's okay. But, but Shock says, I did not grow up with seafood, and by that I say that fish sticks do not count as seafood. You know, Shock, I mean, a little bit count as seafood, but you're right, that doesn't really count as seafood, not even close. But to go back, all right, so Rick and Darlene are not here, which is unfortunate because this little video that I've got here pretty much is the most Wisconsin thing ever. And you're like, well, how could something be the most Wisconsin thing ever? Let me then ask you this. What are two things you think of when you think of Wisconsin? Other than Rick Foot and Darlene. Other than Rick and Darlene, what do you think of when you think of Wisconsin? Do you think dairy products and beer? Because dairy products and beer are kind of what I think of when I think of Wisconsin. And as it turns out, at the Wisconsin State Fair, they combined dairy products and beer in a way that you wouldn't think, because cheese and beer, that's logical. It makes a tasty soup. We've done that. Yeah, but then they did this.
Okay, soft serve beer. Not to be mistaken with the soft serve margarita. This is at Wisconsin State Fair. It's New Glarus raspberry tart mixed into soft serve.
So I don't know if you heard what she said. Soft serve beer.
Okay, soft serve beer. Not to be mistaken with the soft serve margarita. This is at Wisconsin State Fair. It's New Glarus raspberry tart mixed into soft serve.
I enjoy beer. And I lovey me some soft serve ice cream. I just don't know about that. She seemed to enjoy it. I would take a lick off of her cone or somebody's cone. I would try it, but I would not buy it. Unless after I tried it, I liked it, but I don't think margarita ice cream totally makes sense. Okay, right? Are we in agreement with that? Margarita ice cream has a bit of a logic to it. I don't know if I would like it because I don't really like how tequila tastes, but I can see the ice cream idea. But the beer with the... I just don't know. Puzzycat, very good question. Puzzycat's like, are you still allowed to drink beer with your medical condition? Sort of, Puzzycat. For the most part, I do not drink anymore. But according to the doctors and the interwebs, someone with a stroke like I had can have an occasional drink, not more than one a day. I haven't been I've had drinks since my condition, but I haven't been drinking like I used to. I think I've only on 3 different occasions had drinks, and I did have more than one on the first occasion. But for the most part, yeah, you're really not supposed to be drinking a lot. The interweb says I can have 1 a day. I don't want 1 a day. I'd rather save up 5 and then have 5, which I know you're really not supposed to do, but that's what I'd rather do. But yeah, I'm not drinking beers these days or booze. And when I do choose to drink, it's not like vodka or anything. It is the Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. It is. I don't try to high octane it type of thing. Do I still get a buzz with just 1 beer? Puzzy, I never, because I drank PBR, I never really got too buzzy. Let me rephrase that. Because I drank PBR and I'm as big as I am, I never got too real buzzy. And do I still get a buzz with 1 beer? No, I don't really. But at the same time, what it does though do is 1 beer will kind of make me sleepy, and so then it's just well, that's no fun. So it's kind of easier to, even though I can have 1, it's easier not to have 1, because if you just have 1, it makes me sleepy. Whereas if I have more than 1, it kind of, I don't know, the sugar makes me... The more beer I drink, the harder it is for me to sleep, the more awake I get. It's very... I know that's not normal, okay? But the more beer I drink, the more awake I get. And if I only drink 1 beer, that's sort of I'm sleepy, I could go take a nap. I did actually have a beer this last Saturday, in the middle of the afternoon, and it was quite nice. It was nice little. I went to a different bar than usual, talked to some people that I'd never met before. We talked about produce and mangoes. It was just enthralling. Actually, I thought it was, but I'm sure most people were just okay, y'all weirdos, talking about fresh fruit at the bar. And Chuck, alcohol disrupts sleep. And that's the main reason I don't drink. I'm super bad at sleep. Yeah, it really does affect sleep, because the one time that I did drink a lot it wasn't really a lot, but it was a lot more than I was supposed to. After my stroke, I couldn't go to sleep that night. It was very difficult to go to sleep, which further reinforced why I was like, God, I really don't need to be drinking that much anymore, because it F's my whole world up, yo. And let's see here. And Pinnell says, my grandmother used to have 1 highball a day. In those days, she said the doctor told her to. Actually, 1 drink a day, some of those centenarians or whatever, those 90-year-olds, those 100-year-olds, that's what they chalk it up to, is that 1 drink a day that, kept them a little bit loosey-goosey. And they do say that wine has, positive effects. Red wine, that is. I'm not a red wine drinker, though. Well, And I'll tell you what, dude. They used to tell, she lived to be 87. Exactly. Certainly wasn't bad advice for her. In the 60s and 70s, they used to tell pregnant women to have a drink a day just to relax them. Because pregnancy, you don't want to be too stressed out when you're pregnant. So you just have 1 drink a day. Keep yourself relaxed. My, how things have changed. And Derby Startup, 1 beer only makes my cheeks numb. It takes 2 to make me pass out, he says. And that is true. He is such a lightweight. There's been times that I've made a drink for him, and I swear to goodness, I've only pretended to pour vodka in it, and it's still too strong for him. No, I'm kidding, obviously. Well, I'm only a little bit kidding. I didn't actually not give him the vodka, but that's been a joke between him and I since forever. We can just, pass the vodka bottle over his drink and it'll still be too strong for him. And let's see here. So your shoulders used to unlock? Is that good or bad? Wait. Yeah, is that good or bad? Do you mean like what do you mean by that, Chalk? Unlock, so they were locked before? Locked before doesn't sound good. Unlocked sounds dislocated though, so that also doesn't sound good. What's going on with your shoulders, man? Are the shoulders in the room with us? Can you point to the shoulders? Let's see here. It was very strange. Nowadays, I'd say it felt like the endorphin rush you get when you tear your ACL. Well, that sounds fabulously awful, dude. What? I don't know what that endorphin rush feels like. And I'm okay with that. That is an experience that is actually not on my bucket list. I'm sorry that it was on yours. Because it sounds like you did that one. You checked that off the list. It sounds like, because you know. Yeah, owie. All right, well, on that owie note, it is time for our Lono listing break, and I'm not going to tell you what song it is. Ukulele. The song is Ukulele. Ukulele, yes, off of Old Style 2. I am going to tell you what song it is. So there. All right, let's listen. But try not to break. All right.
I play my ukulele, and that's all right with me. I got my 1 pair of slippers and my dog that bites. Neighbors started drinking, pretty soon going fight. Play my ukulele and that's alright. Me play one for Genoa 'cause she's so nice. She plays Hawaiian music and sings all night. Play my ukulele and that's alright. play my ukulele and that's alright. Play my ukulele when I'm feeling good. Play my ukulele when I'm in a bad mood. I play my ukulele and that's alright. Play that. Someday I hope to play on one CD. Imagine all the people when they listen to me. Play my ukulele and that's alright with me. When I go to heaven, he will say to me, hey boy, you bought your ukulele? Play one song for me. I play my ukulele and that's alright with me. Play that. Play my ukulele when I'm feeling good. I play my ukulele when I'm in a bad mood. I play my ukulele and that's alright. Play my ukulele when I'm feeling good. I play my ukulele when I'm in a bad mood. I play my ukulele and that's alright with me. That's alright with me. That's alright. Yeah, that's alright. Play my ukulele and that's alright with me.
Television quality. Oh yes. Oh yes. And let's see here. We've got all right. So I was stepping away from the music, listening of course, but I was making another cup of coffee. So what did y'all say? Y'all said, talking about beer, I forgot to put the case of beer in the fridge for my wife tonight. I left it in my car and remembered when we were talking about it. She'll be home at 10:30 and it's 8:46 now. Pussycat, you know what you need to do. I put 2 in the freezer. She likes to have cold, one left. No, she drinks 2 to 3 beers a night after work. Fair enough. If you're working in retail, I'm surprised if she doesn't drink 23 beers after work. So yeah, get that beer for her in the refrigerator, the ice box, whatever you want to call it. Make sure she has at least one cold one ready and another one that's cooling down as well for the second one in the evening. Yes, there you go. Because, I mean, I like beer, but no one likes warm beer. Do they? Do they? I know people will drink it, but do they prefer it? No, they don't. And I knew a guy who did drink 24 in a day. Listen, Shock, that's not warm. That's cool. It's cellar temperature. You're right. They do like it. Yeah, you're right. It is warm. Those weirdo Europeans do like their beer warm. Fine. Coming in with reality and facts versus my opinions and conjecture. You can quote me on that. And yeah, from what I understand, Guinness, you're supposed to take a minute to pour a Guinness. And if you drink good beer, it doesn't need to be cold. Well, okay, first off, define good beer, because Guinness ain't it. Let me just make that clear right now. I know that's fighting words for a lot of folks, but real, Guinness is just so gross, y'all. I know I'm the only person in the world that feels that way, but I don't care. It is gross. It is gross. It is gross. It is gross. And Pussycat, I couldn't believe he could do that. I'd be pissing all day. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I'm sure, though, his body, you know, eventually got used to it somehow. And after Watch Repairs at Burke's, even the guys would only have one beer and almost fall asleep. And shocked that I just don't like beer. The makers of Pabst would like to have a word with you, Shock. And oh, really, Pussycat? Guinness gave you diarrhea. Well, then I am really glad I've not been a drinker of Guinness, because that is something I do not need help with. And PBR, not really beer. It's my water beer. I love my water beer. And Pabst Blue Ribbon, it's good beer. It earned a blue ribbon after all. In like 1802 or something. But, you know, it earned a blue ribbon. And I had one of the alcohol-free Guinness, and it was totally authentic, and it gave you the trots too. Are you... Wait, are you telling me that, like, that is something that Guinness is known to do? Like, that's not just something that happened to happen to Pussycat? Are you... Oh, why do people drink it then? Are they all, like, trying to lose weight? Are they trying to get dysentery? Are they trying to piss Terry in Scotland off? And you tried everything on the shelves when you worked in a liquor store when you were younger. I probably would have too, Pussycat. I mean, it's like, and I would have asked for the a liquor store owner to subsidize my experiments, because after all, I do need to have knowledge of the product, right? I need to have product knowledge. When someone asks me, is this vodka better than this vodka? I need to know. If someone says, which rum should I choose for my thingamabopper? Well, I need to know which one would be better for the thingamabopper, right? And Midnight Frequency Red, they're irregular. Yeah, or something. Or maybe they're, instead of irregular, they're just too regular, so to speak. And Pinnell, I tried Guinness when in England at 14. Didn't like it then. Never tried it again. Fair enough. I probably wouldn't either. I just don't like dark beer, you guys. I don't like a nut brown ale. I don't like a creamy ale. I don't like a stout. Actually, that's not true. I had a coffee stout once at Red Hook that was surprisingly good. I did enjoy the Red Hook coffee stout, and I was very surprised by that. But I won it. I won it during the brewery tour. And let's see here. Wait. You mixed it with light beer? Wait, what did you... Pussycat, I don't know if you are intending what... The way I'm reading your commentary here, Pussycat, and I don't know if you meant it this way. Are you telling me that you mixed... Wait, okay, what did you mix with light beer? Because what I was reading is you tried everything on the shelves, mixed it with light beer. Meaning you tried the vodka mixed with light beer. You tried the rum mixed with light beer. Is that what you're saying? Or is what you're saying you even tried Guinness mixed with light beer? And it still gave you the boop boops? Guinness. Okay, that is much less disturbing than what I originally thought you were saying, which is that you made a highball out of everything in the store and your mixer was a light beer, and that's not how that works, Pussycat. But yeah, the Guinness and the and then the lighter beer, that's known as a black and tan, isn't it? I mean, okay. in a black and tan, you're supposed to have a certain kind of beer, not just any lighter beer, but a dark beer with a light beer. That has been done. That's a black and tan, right? Right? Or am I making that up? You know, Shock's saying, yeah, Guinness is often poured in with a yellow beer, black and tan, yes. Okay, yeah. So what you did is not so crazy, but it's still, your body was like, no, this is shenanigans. We're not doing this. We're doing this instead. We're doing this instead. Do y'all know what that means? Wait, hold on. Wait, where am I? No, there we go. Do you know what this means in sign language? American Sign Language? Do you know what this means? Do you see what I'm doing here? This is the horns of the bull. And then you know what this is, right? If you don't, you haven't been paying attention to the conversation. All right, so during our Lono listening break, I made myself another cup of coffee, so I'm pouring my cream in my coffee right now. Hold on one second. And now I have a very full cup of coffee. Hold on one second. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to slurp into the microphone. I hope you didn't hear that, but I'm pretty sure you did. Anyway, you know sign language? I don't know much sign language, but I do know that. I also know that vomit is bleh, and if you really vomit it, it's all bleh, you know, because you enunciate with your expressions. And I know that this is headlight, and well, I know all the ABCs. I know some stuff, but I don't remember it, so I guess I don't know it. There you go. You had deaf friends, right? That makes sense. That makes sense. Alrighty, so let's see here. Oh yeah. Now we're calling on the big white phone to Ralph. Yes, exactly. That's what we're doing. No, but now we're gonna change topics a little bit. So, do you remember? Well, actually, a lot. I hope, maybe we'll see. Do you remember last week when we were here and we talked and we saw the video of one of the Democratic council? Let's try this again. Do you remember the video we saw, that white dude getting his ass kicked on the Maui beach, and he happened to be a candidate for office going against Deborah Takuda, I think, or whatever, for the a Democratic seat in Congress? Well, last Saturday they voted, and the votes came in. Now this is oh, you missed it? Oh, if I still had it shown up. Oh, Shock, Shock, do you not know what we're talking about? Because it's kind of the most awesome thing, and I might have to go get it again. But anyway, this guy, Kirill, he, hey, C. Honda, good to know. I got these election results the day after, so the final numbers might be a little bit different, but regardless, the reality is still, he actually got 1,522 people to vote for him. I mean, sure, it was, he lost in a grand scheme, he lost. But still, 1,500 people out of 92,000 people, 1,500 people voted for him. Hey, Nato, good to see you. And good to see you, C. Honda, if I didn't say that to you already. And Midnight Frequency Radio, pardon my French, but I agree, he needed his ass kicked as well. For those of you who just came in and are wondering what is it we're talking about, there's a person, I was about to say gentleman, but he was anything but. He was at a Maui beach, and he's 40 years old, and he's kind of a small, you know what, he might not have been small. He's, if nothing else, an average size guy. He might be small, but if nothing else, he's an average size guy, okay? I can't emphasize to you enough how average sized he was, whatever. He got into a fight with some locals at the beach. The locals, an older local gentleman, asked him to turn down his music, and things escalated. And, I know I really do want to, I really do want to find that video to play it again because it is just so awesome. So let's see here. What do I have for you guys? Hold on while I go grab it. Where is it? Here we go. Okay. I play this often because I've always got it on hand. This is not the end of the stream, y'all. And normally when you're used to hearing this song, it means it's the end of the event. It's not the end of the event. We're taking another Lono listening break. I'll be back in a second because I really do. It's just so funny to me. I love this video so much, okay? Okay, well, it looks like my Lono video is all messed up. I'll need to re-upload that. And Shuck, you already found it? Well, that's too bad. We're going to watch it again because I love watching it. I think it's the funniest thing. Exactly. Yes, that is a paraphrase of what he said to
we
the
start
Hollywood.
tonight with new information on a Hawaii congressional candidate who remains in a Maui jail after a violent dispute caught on camera.
A bystander who knocked him out is speaking publicly for the first time as the candidate's lawyers are defending him in court.
Only Hawaii News Now was in a Wailuku courtroom when 40-year-old Kiro Basin, a Democratic candidate for Hawaii's 2nd Congressional District, made a court appearance wearing handcuffs.
These are just allegations. My client has a presumption of innocence.
He's charged with 2 counts of first-degree terroristic threatening. The judge kept Basin's bail at $1 million, even though his attorney called the amount outrageous. Saturday's altercation in South Kihei was caught on video, where Basin swung a beach chair and a bystander knocked him out.
I told him if he wants to go to the hospital, come here!
HNN obtained unedited video and spoke exclusively with Kama, the man Maui police named as the bystander.
Maybe I should intervene, and then as I got closer and closer, he was just getting more irate and violent, and then saying stuff like, you know, I'm gonna hurt you, or I can end you, or you like scrap, and, you know, to the aunties.
Maui police say the altercation started when a 61-year-old man asked Basin to turn down his music. Basin allegedly implied he had a firearm and would shoot the victim's wife.
but I heard the reaction. He's got a gun. I'm like, brother, pump your brakes and go sit down and leave him alone. And right at that point, he got within 2 inches of my face, and he stood there and he goes, bruh, you like go. Put his hands on me. And as soon as he tried to shove me, I hit him with a left and a right. And that's when he stumbled and fell over the chairs.
Chair thrower.
Wake up. Yeah. What you about, Holly boy? Yeah? Trey, stay right there.
Kama says when Basin swung a beach chair, he used his mixed martial arts training to knock him out.
Just block it and go for the KO. Yeah. Just protect myself, which is why I had my hand up and then I adjusted to block the chair.
When you read the court documents, you read the news stories, you see that people are genuinely afraid of Kirill Basin. Were you afraid of Kirill Basin?
No, I didn't even know who the guy was.
Police say Basin allegedly pulled out a knife and threatened multiple people before tossing it into the ocean. Kama says it was a 5-inch switchblade, which he found and turned over to officers.
He ended up pulling the knife out on me after the altercation, and that was obviously a game changer when I knew he was off.
The court is recommending Basin undergo a mental health exam, and his attorneys are disputing the allegations.
There is no evidence in any of these videos, which have been circulated tremendously, that he ever had a knife in his possession, that he ever had a firearm in his possession.
But Kama says he intervened because someone could have gotten hurt.
Do what's right because that's what we should do, and that's my whole motto in life.
Just in case.
We start tonight with...
Okay, so upon reflection, no, he's not an average size guy. He is kind of small. He has to be mentally ill, in my opinion, because someone of that size going against that other guy, Maka, well, you gonna hit Maka. It's a Makahuli flip is what's gonna happen to you if you hit Maka. No. That guy was crazy. I love watching that video. I love watching that guy get knocked out every time. It's just wonderful. Hey, Mama Sean, good to see you. I wanted to... There was a request to replay the video of the gentleman. See, I always want to call him a gentleman, and he's just absolutely not. The idiot on the beach in Kihei, who was also happened to be a Democratic candidate for Congress, and he lost. But yeah, total FAFO right there. Little guys often do that. They're not crazy. They think they will bluff. Yeah, well, I mean, but did you see the guy he was trying to bluff against? Why would you pretend? But that's how I feel about that. I have no words, really. I mean, that dude looked like he could kick everyone's ass with one hand tied behind his back. Why would you puff your chest at that guy? It just makes no sense. And when they do it a lot and get beat up a lot like Jaco Pastorius, then they're crazy. I don't know who Jaco Pastorius is, but it sounds like he was crazy. There you go. And Mama Sean, I agree. I really do think, well, okay. And actually, Shock, there are other reasons to think that he has mental health issues, because as that news article, that news clip said, he was charged with 2 counts of terroristic threatening at the beach, but he already had 1 count of terroristic threatening against him for something that he did 2 months ago, when he brandished a firearm during the at a Maui city councilman or whatever, like county council. So he's off his kilter. Not to mention, did you see what he was wearing at the beach? It's not like he's a tourist who forgot to pack his flippin' bathing suit. He lives there, and he was in his underwear, underoos it looked like. He's just a little bit weird. And Jaco Pastorius was a bass player, and he got himself beat up so much that one time he did it, he died. That one time he did it, he died. Oh, who did he play bass for? Who did he play bass for? Yeah, he was, let's see here. My father was a little guy. After a few drinks, an ex of mine often held him back to keep him safe. Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, when you're threatening aunties at the beach, you've lost your way. That much I think we can agree on. And you know what, actually, speaking of losing their way, we had some unusual situations happening here in Seattle. Never before has this happened, but we had some orca whales that maybe got lost a little bit, lost their way, or, and this is what I'm thinking, they found the new best spot in the world. And here's a little news clip about what it is I'm talking about.
Visitors at the Ballard Locks got a welcome surprise as multiple orcas were spotted in the water. Video taken by viewers shows the orcas moving through the locks around 5 yesterday evening. KOMO's Lynn Ann Wynn live this evening near the Ballard Locks. Lynn Ann, this isn't something you see every day over there.
Yeah, Preston, a lot of people come here to watch the seals or the salmon here, but everyone I talked to today said they can't recall a single time orcas have ever been spotted here.
This is incredible. And we looked at each other like, wait, that can't be. And then we turned and they were right there.
Peter Horseman was out with his daughter fishing, waiting to go through the Ballard Locks when they spotted something they'd never seen before.
And suddenly 3 young orcas just popped up right next to our boat. It was crazy. I've never seen them this close to the locks.
Video from multiple viewers shows the orcas swimming through the Ballard Locks. Visitors like Beverly Silva have come here plenty of times in the past and can't recall any time orcas have ever been spotted here.
I was shocked. Yes, I just can't believe that. There were orcas in here. I don't know what I would think if I saw them, actually. I would think it's not true.
Oh, little baby! Researchers with the Orca Conservancy say from looking at the dorsal fin and other physical features, these are likely transient or mammal-eating orcas, looking for seals or porpoises in the area.
And if you've ever walked over the Ballard Locks, you might have looked down and seen a harbor seal going in there, probably looking for salmon. So if these whales are hunting for harbor seals, the Ballard Locks are not a bad place to look.
A good hunting spot for these orcas, leading to a special moment for visitors who were lucky enough to be there to capture it.
But it was just magnificent. I have no other words for it. It was beautiful.
What are you doing here?
And researchers tell me that these mammal-eating orcas typically travel all along the coast from California all the way up to Alaska, but here in the Puget Sound we can see them all year round. Reporting live in Seattle, Lynn Ann Wynn, KOMO News.
All right, so what they're saying here is it's the transient orcas that were there. Now, if you guys remember, we've talked about this before, but some of you might not know this because you might be new or you forgot because you don't really care. I'm going to tell you again. We've got a couple different kinds of orcas in the Puget Sound, the Salish Sea. We've got our resident orcas. They're the ones that eat the salmon. And we've got the transient orcas. They're the ones that eat the seals and the sea lions. So, as Mama Sean was saying, because she used to live up here, she knows all about this stuff, the Ballard Locks is the only thoroughfare for salmon to go through in order to get to their breeding grounds. And it's sort of a bottleneck. It is actually, we could say, it got choke fish. It does. It's got choke fish. You know, they're choked up there. It's a bottleneck. Consequently, seals and sea lions have used that area as a gorging feast ground for decades now. In fact, because of the Ballard Locks and the gorging sea lions and seals, in 1 year, our steelhead run went from over 2,500 fish down to 464 fish because the sea lions were eating it. The Marine Mammal Protection Act, the act that Igor, the guy who threw the rock at that seal in Hawaii, and the Marine Mammal Protection Act, that's what made it illegal for him to do that. There's a clause in that very act because of the Ballard Lock situation where it is legal to kill protected animals if they are nuisance. We used to have a sea lion that was named Herschel here in the Pacific North at the Ballard Locks that year after year after year after year would come back and decimate the salmon runs. I mean, he would just get fat and happy. My point is, though, the transient orcas have never been in this feasting ground where seals and sea lions congregate. And day before yesterday, when that video was shot, the transients found that area for the first time in their lives. So I'm very curious if the Ballard Locks is going to end up being a hotspot for transient orcas to feast on sea lions and seals. And honestly, a lot of local fishermen would be very happy if that happens. A lot of local fishermen wish that the government would come in and kill those seals and sea lions that hang out at the locks. So if we can get a natural way to take care of those problematic animals, because we have a lot of them, it is, as Midnight Frequency Radio just pointed out, it's nature fixing itself. So I'm very curious to see what this turn of events will be, because the transients didn't go down into Salmon Bay without noticing all of those sea lions that were there, because they were, and seals, because they were there. And for those of you who are like, I don't really understand, what is this Ballard Locks thing? By the way, I'm not making fun of you, because that's sort of, even still, I've lived in Seattle for a long time, and even still I'm like, so what is it that the Ballard Locks, they do, and what, huh? But basically, I found a really good video, a really good map. That's right, we've got a map. So, here is the map of the Puget Sound, or part of, no, actually, that's not true. It's a map of the Seattle area, and you see that pink line? That is the route that the salmon have to take. And Shock, you probably went to the salmon ladder at the Ballard Locks. The Ballard Locks has a salmon ladder, but basically, this little pink line, the salmon that are migrating, they come from Issaquah Creek, they go through Lake Sammamish, they go through the Sammamish River, they end up in Lake Washington. And prior to, well, I don't know when it happened, but a long, long time ago, Lake Washington was a lake with no connection to the salt water. But they, no, I didn't, shoot. But they basically man-made a canal between Lake Washington and Lake Union, and then eventually, boop-a-doo, made a canal out to the saltwater. And so the Ballard Locks, that's where the saltwater and the freshwater meet. And so on one side of the locks is where the whales were. I don't think the whales actually went through the locks, so to speak. But this is the fish ladder. It's what it looks like. It's the fish ladder. And you can actually go underneath this structure, or rather inside this structure, and there is it's like an aquarium. There's walls of windows underground, and you can watch the salmon. Yeah, you went inside it. Yeah, you can watch the salmon going up the ladder, and obviously, different times of the year. There's more fish to see than other times of the year. But right now we have the start of the fall run. And so the fish are waiting to make their way back to the freshwater. And Sihonda, poor salmon, that's a tough route. It is a tough route. Even though fish ladders were designed, obviously, with fish in mind and trying, and getting them from point A to point B, fish ladder design, original fish ladder design leaves a lot to be desired, and they're not as effective as they had hoped. And then when you couple that with a choke point where predators of said fish congregate, the locks it's sort of a catch-22. It's like, well, you got to do something, but what we're doing here might be hurting more than helping, because it's all, it's a tough situation. But what I do know is the salmon ladder is a necessity at this point. And I'm kind of excited to see if the whales are going to continue going down into Salmon Bay, what's called Salmon Bay, to clean up some of the predators of their salmons. And every little bit helps with the salmon recovery. And ultimately, the salmon recovery is what everyone hopes for to help keep the southern resident population. Because the resident orcas, both north and south, only eat salmon. Remember, multiple varieties of orca exist. They are not one thing. And the ones that eat mammals, their teeth, their jaws, they're evolutionarily different than the ones that eat the salmon. So if they run out of salmon, those whales those orcas aren't going to be able to transition over to mammals. That's not what they eat. And let's just say all the sea lions in the world died tomorrow, and all of those, and all the the seals too. All of the mammal-eating ones, their mouth isn't built to eat salmon, so they need what they need, and oddly enough, the transients might help the southern residents get what they actually need. And a Pussycat, we have a fall run in the ocean. The mullets start coming around the end of August with the rest of the fish. There you go. Fishing seasons are seasons for sure. And let's see here. So there's that little orca. We haven't talked about orcas in a while, so I thought I'd throw that into the loop, especially since it was a brand new thing. And then I'm going to show you one more news clip. And this one is a little bit less than super stoked. I don't know if y'all remember, but last year, around this time, maybe a little bit earlier, we were watching a set of eagles at Big Bear Valley, Jackie and Shadow. And Jackie and Shadow, they have had since, we're not going to talk about what I just said, have had since 2018. They have had a set of cameras on their nests, and we have gotten to watch them. We've gotten to watch Jackie with her first mate, and then after that mate died, Shadow came in. We got to watch them brooding, hatching their, every laying season. We got to see their chicks growing up, fledging. Some of the chicks didn't, some of the clutches didn't survive. The first clutch that Jackie and Shadow had this season did not survive, but it was early enough in the season that they were able to have a second clutch. And of that clutch, those two birds both survived. But that puts a huge strain on the mother bird, not only for producing all those eggs, but also the caring for and staying on the nest, etc., etc. It really does weaken the female eagle to go through two clutches in one season. Luna, and I can't remember what the other one, Luna and something were the names of the two eagles this year, the brother and sister, and they were really cute. They were hysterical. They were so funny. They had such personalities. They would actually, you could watch them in the nest, and the siblings would they would mess with each other. They would tease each other. They would they were so flippin' cute. They were just so cute. And they were just getting to be old enough to go fledge and to leave the nest forever. And then Jackie disappeared for a few days, and nobody knew where she was, and people started to wonder. And then there came reports about a downed eagle. And it was Jackie. She was alive.
Thank you. And now to a sad update on Jackie the bald eagle. The Ojai Raptor Center confirmed the Big Bear eagle died this morning, weeks after she was found injured.
Millions of people around the world have kept their watchful eyes on her and her maid's shadow since 2018. As we take a live look at their empty nest right now, courtesy of the Friends of Big Bear Valley.
NBC4's Christian Cáceres live in Big Bear now with much more on the impact Jackie had there and really around the world. Christian.
That's right. It was really a big impact for so many fans, millions of fans here in Big Bear and around the world. But we do know that Jackie was being treated by a group of veterinarians and had around-the-clock care for unexplained anemia. But as you mentioned, we did get confirmation that she did die today. Now, again, this has just been a hard pill to swallow for so many fans just around the world because they have been following these two eagles and their journey for years. But I want to take you inside a local shop here at the Village inside Big Bear because today we found some Jackie and Shadow merchandise, from hoodies to magnets and keychains. Now this comes as the fan base really keeps growing thanks to the Nest Cam that has really been documenting the eagles' lives for so many years. But 3 weeks ago, the Big Bear eagle was found grounded following a fight with younger eagles. She was taken to the Ojai Raptor Center where she was being treated by a team of veterinarians. Jackie and Shadow fans say the loss is a hard pill to swallow.
Anything that is reported in real time, it's easy to get attached to. I mean, you can log in at any time, watch what's happening. You see them go get your fish. You watch Jackie have multiple children. I mean, you watch her and Shadow. I don't want to say like fall in love because they're evil, but you watch their love story. And how many other animals in different places have we had this much access to them?
Now, we're told Jackie's remains will be taken to the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. Now, she was 14 years old, and according to the National Eagle Center, bald eagles can live anywhere between 20 to 25 years in the wild. But again, guys, this is just heartbreaking news for so many fans. And I can tell you that both Jackie and Shadow, they are really part of this community. One local business here, they had the webcam on their big screen when you walked in and grabbed your coffee or lunch here. You really were part of that experience. But again, just a big loss here for the community. We also talked today to the nonprofit Friends of Big Bear Valley, and they tell us that area where the nest is at is now protected. I'm going to have more on that coming up at 6 o'clock. We're live in Big Bear. Christian Cáceres, NBC4 News.
Thank you. All right, so makes me cry when I think about it, but this part I think is kind of cute. Ooh, what's going on there? This part I think is cute. So since, I mean, they're wild animals. They are. Did Jackie and Shadow fall in love? Hard for say, right? Do animals have love? We don't know. But let's just say they do, okay? When Jackie disappeared, another sub-adult female started hanging out at the nest with Shadow. And so now everybody's calling that new eagle. They're calling her Jolene. And I mean, I think that's just funny. And I'm glad that people are able to sort of, still have fun with it in a weird way. I do hope, though, that if that sub-adult eagle keeps hanging out with Shadow, that her name, I hope they do keep calling her Jolene, because, I mean, it just, it just seems perfect. So, all right, you guys, sorry to end on a little bit of a sad note, but I did want to share that with you guys. And Puzzy Cat knows of several eagles' nests here in Florida. Oh, I'm sure you live kind of near the water, and eagles are partial to the water, as it were. I don't know of any eagles' nests around here, but I definitely know where we've got. I know of an eagle's nest actually in West Seattle, but I don't know about in Burien. Oh no, that's not true. I do know of an eagle's nest in Burien. I lied. I know of an eagle's nest in Burien. We have a whole park dedicated to it now that I think about it. But we also have an osprey nest down close to my house on a pond, oddly enough. So anyway, yeah, ospreys are everywhere here as well. Totally. So, all right. Let's see here. Midnight Frequency Radio saying we have a few about 3 miles from my house at Lake Charles State Park, Arkansas. Right, yeah, totally. I mean, you know, eagles, yeah, they love the water. And obviously, you know, they were at some lake at Big Bear Valley. I don't know exactly where Big Bear Valley is other than in California. Perhaps, is it on Lake Tahoe? I don't know. I guess I can find out. I'll bet they have a map for that. Either way, I want to thank you guys for hanging out tonight. I want to thank everyone for subscribing, resubscribing, the biddies, etc., etc. I want to thank all of the chattery chatters that we had today. And I don't know if we needed a moderator today or not. And if we did need one, you did the job so fast I didn't notice. But even if we didn't have a need for a moderator today, I'm glad the mod's here, making sure everybody's got their back covered and we don't have any trolls coming in through the basement door. All right, so we'll see each other hopefully on Saturday at the Secret Squirrel time, the Secret Squirrel place for the Secret Squirrel Cinema. What are we going to watch? Good question. Really good question. And I don't have an answer for it. But one thing that I do know is C Honda comes in with the answer. No, Big Bear Valley is not near Tahoe. Closer to Los Angeles. Good to know. Excelente. All right, and Pinel's saying, I had a red-tailed hawk sit in the tree outside my place once. That is awesome. And fun little fact that I'm sure you already know. Every single time you hear an eagle call on the movies and the TVs, the televisions, you know, that stereotypical call that I just did not do. That's actually a red-tailed hawk, not an eagle. Eagles sound way more like songbirds than you would ever guess. All right, you guys. I'm glad to know that you think that this was awesome. And hopefully we'll see each other Saturday for a really awesome movie, as yet to be determined. Take care. Have a good week. See each other soon.